Hello everyone, Brandon's Aquariums and Terrariums. Today I'm going to teach you how to pick out a new pet fish. So lots of the time when you're at a pet store, you can pick out a neat fish and it may die a few days later, and there's a couple ways you can prevent that from happening. First thing is you want to make sure that there's no white spots on the fish. So none of these fish in here, I'm not buying them, but here's an example. There's no white spotted fish in here and they all appear pretty healthy. Sometimes it can be a bit harder to tell. For instance, if you have like a koi or a goldfish, I think it's a koi, like these. You also want to make sure that there's no dead fish in the tank, because lots of the time they could be eating the other fish, or they could all still have the same thing and just not die from it. So I'm looking in here because if I was interested in getting some of these fish, everyone in here has no white spots on them and appears to be very healthy. They all have nice round bellies. No one is lying on the ground on their side. Now, for instance, maybe I would want one of these gouramis. Some of them seem healthy, but there's one in here that doesn't. For instance, this guy doesn't seem as good. So maybe I would stay away from buying some fish from this tank. Now, with many bottom-feeding fish, like plecos, you want to make sure that they don't have that they have nice round bellies, because lots of the time they won't get enough food and they'll just starve. So you always want to make sure that they have nice round bellies and they're getting enough food. Something cool if you're looking for bettas that I like to test out is how responsive they are. Lots of the time, put your fingers up. Sorry, that was a bit loud. They'll come straight towards it or interact with you. That's I can tell. See, look, this guy's thinking about it. Not really, but sometimes. Hold on, they were doing it before, but of course now that I have the camera up, they don't. There, I like this guy. He's a nice red color. Red's my favorite color. But anyway, sorry, they were doing this earlier. You gotta believe me. But they were. See, look. You can tell if you want a very friendly, personable fish, like with bettas, you want to make sure that they aren't super shy. So you can put your finger up to see how they react. Now, if you're picking out snails, there's a couple things that you want to look at. One is I recommend only buying ones that you see on the glass, because sometimes you might end up with just an empty shell, and it's not very fun paying money for a shell with no snail inside of it. You also want to make sure that there's no scratches on the shell or any holes in it if any of the other snails are bullying it. Thank you all for watching, and if you liked the video, like and subscribe. It helps the channel a lot. We're up to 31 subscribers, and it's been really fun making these videos. And I hope to see you guys all in the next one.